And good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, yo. What is up? Welcome to first stream in quite a long time. I'm sorry for being absent, but I decided to take a break. I was burnt out, so I hopped back in last week, and guess what? Nothing works. Nothing works because apparently sim update 5 always breaks everything. Broke 2020 when it released. Broke 2024 when it released. Kind of. Shut up. And something new's not working today, and it's GSX. The one time that GSX actually doesn't work for me is today, which is fine. I think we should be able to go along with it. But today's a more bit of a special one, just because on screen I have a giant yellow piece of flying metal. So as many, I think everybody at this point knows, Spirit's gone. I think either May 2nd or May 3rd, they shut down all operations, and they're in in the process of liquidating all of their stock. And personally, I am extremely sad because I love Spirit. Whether you love them or hate them, they were a good airline for markets, for prices, and it's kind of a shame that it's gone because I actually absolutely loved deliveries. I loved flying Spirit. Thankfully, however, we can continue flying Spirit on the simulator. And then if that one guy from TikTok ends up buying Spirit, then we'll see what happens. But for now and for today, it's gonna be a tribute to Spirit Airlines. But let's go ahead and just hop in and enjoy. We are at gate G14. This is the gate that I last flew out of Fort Lauderdale, in real life. I haven't flown into Fort Lauderdale in a while. And by the way, Fort Lauderdale, it's about, what time is it? About 9 o'clock there. It's pretty nice and early. You got downtown Miami somewhere there in the distance. You got Hard Rock Stadium over there in the distance. You got, of course, the Seminole Hotel. And then downtown Fort Lauderdale, just north of us over here. But without further ado, we can go ahead and get in. Yeah, again, I said everything was broken. Is it still a real sim update? Yeah, I think it's still released. I wasn't keeping track of the updates, but like there was last Friday when I tried doing this, like chase plane broke. Like I wasn't able to get my cameras loaded up, and actually I gotta fix these because of how absolutely terrible they are. So I gotta figure that out as well. But for now, we can go ahead and start the aircraft up. I'm gonna bring the sounds way up just so we can hear it all. And just so we can enjoy these wing views one last time. Or, I guess for the first time since Spirit's departure. And actually, I haven't even seen this cabin yet. This actually looks quite alright. Okay, something about my camera is very slow. I gotta speed this up. My zoom speed, my movement speed, I gotta change up that. Either way, go ahead, hop in, we'll go batteries, external power, and we'll make our way down here, getting the APU started immediately, because we can start boarding as well. Crew supply, make our way down. 1, 2, 3. Cabin and purrs. Ground control. Give that a second. We won't hear an audio unless the actual audio test, and give that about a minute or two. 40 seconds for these. Coming down here, nav are on, no smoking to auto, and this to auto. I haven't done this in a long time. I'm surprised I still remember this. What else? We're gonna give it a second for the APU, just because we're not really in a hurry. Switch constraints on both sides. Flick this over here. I think it's 5,000 the initial. And then down here, we are all good. Let me go ahead and open this window up. That's the audio test. That works. Cool. So we're clear to start the APU. We'll go 1, 1, 2, 3. Get that started. And as soon as that's available, we'll get a 3-minute clock to allow it to warm up. Now we can go ahead and start loading. Let's see if GSX will actually allow me to do that. That will actually work. Okay, cool. For some reason, GSX is not loading up for me right here. Something with Kodo crashing or something. So I'm not even gonna bother with that. I did want to fix my camera, however, because like I said, something was wrong. Is it preferences? It's somewhere. Okay, here we go. Zoom. We can raise this maybe by half. It's a little better. We'll go 0.5. Now I feel like myself again. Beautiful. And then speed. Hold on. Where was that? No, speed boost is 4x. That's when I hold down shift. I need my base speed. How do I do that? There we go. That's a whole lot better. Maybe down to 0.8. 0.9. That's good. And rotation, maybe 90 degrees per second. That works fine. Cool, APU's on. We get 3 minutes on the clock just to let it warm up. It's like not driving when you first put the keys in the ignition, except everybody disobeys that, unless that's just me. I don't know. Well, we got passengers loading. We'll fix the cameras later. We can go ahead and start on the pre-play here. Now we can go here and just load everything up from SimBrief. Okay, I have not done this in a while. I think they have everything pinned, right? Yes. We can go to our OFP here. We can just confirm this is to from Fort Lauderdale. No step climbs. Thank goodness. I got so sick of the international flying. I think that's why I quit. We can just confirm our route. It's going to be down over here. Snapper 2 departure from runway 10 right. That's all set. This flight plan, and then the Bino 3 into San Juan, runway 10. And then we can go back over here and just cross-check. So 10 right is this runway right here, which is nice. And Snapper 2. Good looking departure from 10 left with an initial of 4,000. I thought it was either 5,000 or 4,000. Do we have the modern one? May 14th? Yeah, we do. Alright, we'll go to init and init request. And I think we can go over to AOC menu here. Is there anybody online in ATC? No, not at the moment. It's way too early for this. I'm actually like the only one in Florida, aside from one guy in this Miami Opelika, and then at actual Miami. Cool. We're like one of 3 people on the east coast of Florida. Nobody in Palm Beach. Aside from the 3 of us, closest plane is either a regional over Cuba or an Air France that departed Miami about an hour ago. No messages yet, so we'll give that some time to load in anything. Is it gonna give me any load sheets? Because it was supposed to. Where is that? That's gonna be over here. That's a load sheet. There we go. Alright, cool. We got that initial, and then we can just confirm our flight plan and such. Call sign today is NKS1483. This was a real route that flew. Cost index of 5, and a cruise altitude of flight level 350, 35,000 feet. Cool. Winds. Go ahead and load those in. Unless you don't load. No, hold on. Yeah, so we go... The next page, here we go. 155.4 / 25.8. For fuel on board, we're gonna have 20,677 pounds of fuel, so 20.7, excuse me. We'll accept that, bring that back here so we can see any new messages. And then if we go back to our OFP, go submarine fuel. Our alternative is to St. Thomas at 2.4. I actually thought about flying to St. Thomas and then decided not to because that would have been a JetBlue flight. And I recently did like 4 straight JetBlue flights, so no, not doing that again. Final alternate route. What was the route reserve? 1.6. Then final was 2.8. We'll give that a second to calculate. And everything, taxi fuel, that's what it was. That's what it was missing. Like 0.6, barely anything. If we got 0.4, we'll get 0.6. Just because everything's real nice and close in San Juan here. But it's usually a lot more off than from the bigger planes. Like usually the bigger ones have like 1.5 or something. I don't know, maybe just got used to it. Alright, cool. We can go back here, load up the winds. One more time, give those some time to load. And the 3-minute timer is way up, so we can get the APU bleed on and the external power off. And this view from the terminal was amazing. Again, it was years ago that I had this view. Hold on, is the weather even live? It is. Yeah, that sounds like a 321. I don't even need to do that. I got first person. I forgot about that. Cool. We'll load these in, and next is the flight plan, which is all loaded in. All we got to do is just load in our departure and arrival. So departure runway 10 right. Got the Snapper 2, and that's down here. Via the, I think it's the Sumac transition. Let's just double check. Sumac, yes. Sumac and insert, and then we can go over to plan and scroll. We'll keep this one on 20, and yeah, that's good. We'll keep it there. All right, scrolling. And as long as we make, I don't care how, but as long as we make it to Bino, that'll work. I'm okay with that. Top of descent to Bino, cool. And then San Juan, what does it have us do? So San Juan runway 10, but with the Bino 3. If we back out of here, San Juan, Bino 3. Cool, that's just literally a straight line to our ILS intercept. And ILS runway 10 is going to have us, that's actually not the runway I thought we'd be landing on. What were the winds there? I thought we'd be landing with the other one. I guess not. With the view of like the hotels and stuff. San Juan 110. Well, I guess they are favoring the other one. Okay, that's fine. I don't really care. So, runway 10, ILS 10. And then I was gonna pin one more. It was gonna be the ground chart, the parking gates and coordinates. Yes, that way we can actually see things. So ILS 10, Bino 3, and it was shoot, what was the transition again? Was it Wesson? Oh wait, that's not even that. Hold on. Bino 3. Which one was? Oh, it's for over here. Which one was it? Hold on. I don't even have anything on there. Okay, so what if we don't put anything? Is it gonna be fine? Approach vias. Anything to approach via? I don't know. Is Milet an option, or that's not? So we'll, okay, here we'll insert. We'll see. As long as we make it to Bino and that connects with something else. Bino, and then that's a straight in for normal time. Okay, you know what? We'll just leave it at that. I'm okay with that. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. That's fine. Cool. So flight plan, that is all done. We'll go to RadNav, make sure Fort Lauderdale frequency set. We'll get the course set later. Here we'll go pre-flight. We'll set up, let's see, a Fort Lauderdale 10-0 10 right. Just to have that ready. And then performance. That's going to be, we can always do a preliminary. So we're going to quickly do here, import this, the preliminary data, imports the weather, which is 3002. We can sync that up everywhere. 3002 on all three sides. Temperature 29, very nice and warm in Fort Lauderdale at the moment. And what was the Fort Lauderdale theta? I think I remember it a while ago. If I can please upload my flight plan to Spirit, but apparently I forgot to do that. Alright, there we go. Uploaded. There we go. Now we get the message. Auto ATC is going to have us squawk 5355. 5355. We'll turn that on. This stands on standby. This is going to be on above. This is off. This is off. Doors open. We never set this up. So 1 to 2.8 and 1 to 1.5. We'll go ahead and call on VHF1. Listen on VHF2. And then listen on cabin and interphone. And we'll do the same, but we'll call on 2 here. And then, actually, for the cabin, we'll go ahead. No, we don't want that, actually. 1 to 1.5 on the second one. Nice. We'll have that. Okay, cool. We have that all set up. We just need performance and the go-arounds in case of something happening. So, we'll calculate. What is it going to give us? Flaps 2 up 0.9 with a flex temperature. And then 140s, a 136 and 141, 144. So we'll send that over, and then we'll have that in until further notice. Now for departure, the pre-selected, we will pre-select a speed, and usually it's 200, I think, coming off of here. Yeah, we'll just go with 200. That's like right on the brink. We'll go 190. Right on the brink of the flaps 1 speed, so we'll have that in pre-selected. And then nothing else here except secondary. So secondary, so here's what we're going to do. So we are going to... What was it? Can we do the same way we do in the A350? Like here, we're going to copy the active. Then from 10 right, next destination is going to be KFLL. Runway 10 right. On, what's the heading? Heading 096. Heading 096 for about 25 miles. Next waypoint, my bad. Here we go. This is, yeah, I guess we can just do it the exact same way as the A350. So here's that point. From here, we're going to type in new destination. That's going to be KFLL. And then from here, we can just select an arrival. And we go we'd go RNAV, most likely. What's the difference? Yankee and Zulu? Arrival. Oh no, we need approach and arrival. Approach, RNAV, 10 left Zulu and 10 left Yankee. So Zulu is just like that. Yankee has you coming in from the north. You know what? We'll go ahead and set up with the Yankee just in case we need to make a quick cut into the airport. Cool. And then that's going to be... Hold on, did I choose that? No, I didn't. Arrival, RNAV, 10 left. Wait, I did. Did I not? Oh, that was for 10 left. Okay. Yeah, that works too. Alright, cool. That's gonna work out. And then it was for, what was it? Oh, fix info. That's what the last step was. We'll go back over here. We're gonna wait for our loading to be done. Is the loading done actually? It didn't board anything. All right, because GSX is being retarded today. All right, that's cool. We'll just instant load everything. Reset up. Okay, we'll load. Oh, do I need to re-import? Here we go. Load aircraft, instant. All done. Instantly loaded. We should have gotten a load sheet. We did. Look at that. That's the prelim. There we go. There's our final. All right, final. We're gonna have that set up over here in just a second. We got our squawk up. We got ourselves on radar, and then we can go ahead and just look this back on. I'll actually go 10 on here just for the moment being. Let's make sure that works. Okay, cool. And then we said fix info. So runway 10 right, fix info, KFLL 10 right. We'll put 25 miles to radius. And that's what that ring was, right? That's what this departure ring is, always 25 miles. As you can see, it's just short of zombie. Yep, here we go. I gotta double check with the real life pilot next time I fly. Maybe soon. We'll see. Hopefully, I really want to fly sometime next. Any restrictions? Accelerate 250. I mean, yeah, as soon as we clear the flaps and get out of the area, we'll get to 250. Aside from that, nothing really else. And our flight time today is 2 hours, 1 minute air time. With gate to gate being 2 hours 30. I said Fort Lauderdale CTAP was going to be 119.3. That's what it was. So we'll get 119.3 on the standby. Actually, no. We'll go ahead and set it on active. And then Unicom on standby. These windshield effects are weird. Alright. That is it. I mean, let's see. So flight plan. Hold on. Any more fixes? What was oh, radio. Was it 096 for departure? So what was the opposite? 096 and 276, right? That's a little off. Hold on. Oh, we'll just do the opposite. 096 just for us. Okay, cool. Alright, with that, we are all set. Except from putting the weights in. This is 1554, that's checked, and then we should be 25.8. No, 26.9. Hey, fuel intake is 2.7. We got that set. Get the seatbelts on. Get the fuel pumps on. Oh, pushback. Hold on a minute. Oh, pushback work. Get the beacon on. Close the doors. Lock them. There's 4,000. And then we're good on fuel. We'll send that to accept. And back to performance on this page. Alright, cool. We're all ready for push. Now, how are we going to do that without GSX? And I think we can just request it from here, right? Ground services. Okay, disconnect the GPU. Disconnect the gate. We can close the door. Close all these. Remove the chocks. Why did these doors just open? They're closing. Close those. Alright, cool. So for push, I mean, it's really just pushing, like, on this taxiway right here. We can do that, right? Or should we just push, like, backwards, just straight back? Let's try GSX one more time. Nope, not gonna wait for that. Alright. Connect the tug. Straight back. Let's do that. We're not gonna start the engines until later. But all the doors are locked. We got everything set up here. We did the engine fire test. Which one's it? Here we go. This is the one. Why do we have a United of doing it? Either way. Alright. We gotta do our camera views. That's what we gotta do. Just to update them really quickly. Like, this is already a good fix right here. Actually, this one's fine. Leading left. This is fine. Leading right. This is fine. Overwing left. And overwing right. Trailing left. This is probably one of my favorite views ever. Like this. And leading right. And then back left. This is the one that needs the most work, right? No, these ones are actually fine. Alright, cool. Tug is ready. Let's go ahead and release the parking brakes. Alright, cool. This is the slowest pushback in the world, man. What the heck? Now we're speeding up. kind of. Gonna miss the banana? Yeah, dude. It's gonna be. It was a tough loss. It's gonna be a weird world without Spirit Airlines. This is the slowest pushback in the world. What is going on? Okay, we'll stop and start. Where did you go? Did you just disconnect? No, we'll go ahead and start back, please. Continue. Pretty good, sir. Right, now we're moving. And now we don't seem to have a problem. Okay, I just said that and we had a problem. Yeah, we're not going to bother. We're going to wait for GSX to be fixed. We're just going to push straight back into that taxiway. It's fine. And then we'll start one. We'll start one, taxi out, and start two. Now, taxiing out is going to be pretty simple. Taxiing out is just going to be... where's the chart? Here we go. We're just going to go Tango 8, Hotel 5. No, not Hotel 5, Quebec. Or, no, Hotel 5, and then we'll start our engines on Juliet. Let's make our way there. We'll make our way nice and slow. Slow enough, at least. Yeah, mass and balance is all set. We got this ready. We are departing. Sir? What are we doing? Guess we're doing that. Is he gonna actually aim it right? And that is a pushback procedure. You know what? I'm not mad at that. Alright. Apparently it knows what the pushback procedures are. Unless it's the GSX secretly at work. Alright, cool. We're gonna go ahead and turn up the sounds and we'll start engine number 1. Let me turn all the way. I don't know whether it's so little. Starting... Which one's engine 1? This is 2. So starting 1. Missed that sound already. This is the one I was gonna fix. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and go electric pump. Stabilize that. We'll keep the APU on. My, don't we just love that sound? Alright. Flight controls. Full left. Full right, neutral, full left rudder, no, right rudder, left rudder, down, neutral rudder, up, neutral. And then flaps 2 up 0.9. The flaps 2, is that correct? Dude, why have I been ignoring this plane? It's so good. Actually, what kind of stupid saying is that? Of course it's good. It's Phoenix. Alright, and then... What else was on there? Flex. Auto brake max. Spoilers. Arm. Door's locked, right? We closed the door and locked it. Yeah, cool. And cabin. Cool. Parking brakes, and I think that's rudder. That's tiller. And that's rudder. Yes, cool. So separate inputs. Alright. Go and spool it up. We'll make a loop here. There we go. We'll give it its time. If anything, we get to listen to the beautiful wing views longer. We can actually get predictive wind shear on at this time. Oh, you know what? We're gonna go ahead and continue in front of these JetBlue aircraft. Reason for that is because it's just straight down Quebec after that. Still got it. Centering. Alright, I gotta move my phone. There we go. Now the keyboard's nice and close. Controls are nice and far. Actually, we wanted the other way around. And again, that's actually really cool. Since the left engine's running, it's like drifting us to the left. Forgot how much I love this plane. Yeah, up close, you can really tell how bad these models are, or how low poly these models are. Lower down and make the turn. Actually, what the heck are we doing? Open a window. Fort Lauderdale, for goodness sake. Actually, we'll close this one. Left-hand turn here. I love that turn. This is a hill, so go ahead and start engine 2. There we go. Starting 2. I was gonna close this window. Cool. Good start on 2. Actually, we kept somewhat centerline. First of all, what is wrong with these textures? Could be like just like a 2024 issue. Alright. Engine 2's ready. We can go ahead. Oh, we forgot the taxi lights. Oops. We'll hold here for a second. We'll start a 2-minute clock because I did start the engine a little too late, but it's okay. Stop right here. Parking brake. What else is there? So 2 engines are good and ready. Thank you. Cabin secure for pickup. All right, up 0. Oh, wait, I forgot we could literally just see what the trim is on flight control. That's 0.8. We're supposed to be 0.9. I literally forgot that you can just look it over here. So 0.9. And then everything here is good. Everything here is good. As far as I'm aware, as soon as this clock hits 2, we can go ahead and line up with the runway. We're ready for departure. This view right here will forever be one of the greatest views in all of aviation. Waiting for departure on runway 10 right at Fort Lauderdale. You got the highway in the back. Is that a Southwest ad? That is a Southwest ad. Terminals in the back, Carnival ship, Fort Lauderdale over there, the runway, of course the tilted runway. Alright, clock is minute 20. We can go ahead and just close the window and line up for departure. Let me just make sure that there is nobody on the runway. And line up for departure. There's 3 other aircraft for departure. We're now in Fort Lauderdale. It's 2 JetBlues and 1 Spirit. They're all on Unicom, so we'll go to Unicom. And for Lauderdale traffic, Spirit Wings 1483, lining up and taking up runway 10 right for Lauderdale traffic. Now with 2 engines, we should be able to roll on our own. Is that right? You got it? Yeah, there we go. All right, cool. Get all the lights on. All the lights. Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff. No, that's what we're gonna do. All right, give it a second to roll. We still got time. That's 2 minutes 30. Now we can stop the clock. Pull them up. Front flaps 2, that is way too close to this, but we're right on the money. Look at that. All right, line it up. Got a perfect lineup here. That's good enough. Pull them up 40. Lights on. Maniflex. And we can use the rudders now. There's 100 right here. There is V1, rotate. Gear up. Flight director. Click on the autopilot here. And lever climb. I'm having flashbacks here. What flaps 1? And after departure, Fort Lauderdale traffic, Spirit Wings 1483, climbing 2,000 for 4,000 for Lauderdale traffic. We'll keep 190 until we level off at 4,000. hold on a minute. What if we just make the cabin invisible? That'd be so much better. Like, actually. Hold on. Sim settings. Cabin. I didn't do anything. Hold on. There's 4,000. We can go and speed up and raise our altitude. Go up to 15,000. Go terrain on these, which we don't really even need to, but we'll get them on. Zoom this one out. These lights can come off. These right here. We'll keep the rest of them on for now. And flaps up. We're off. Goodbye, Fort Lauderdale. A little more louder here than over here. That's alright. There's Hollandale Beach and Miami's somewhere. I think over there. We can disarm the ground spoilers. And let's call for Lauderdale traffic. Spirit Wings 1483 on departure. Climbing 6,000 for 11350. Last call. Alright. Cool. We can go back to flight plan and start deleting our what's it called? Fixes. Wherever they may be. Here we go. Fix. We can just delete all these. I don't think it matters anymore. Wasn't there a delete button here? Oh no, that's Boeing. Damn, I haven't been here for a while. I haven't been here for a hot minute. Alright, chill out. That's that. Cabin off. I gotta get the cabin off because it's gonna give us like the best views here. Alright, call outs. We gotta turn all these on here. GSX. Yeah, no idea what's going on with GSX. Cabin announcements. Honestly, let's just turn them off. I don't really need one anymore. Airframe. Probably would need some brake fans. The cabin off. That still doesn't work. That's okay. There's 10,000 feet. We'll get the lights off. And that's all she wrote. This seems to be better than the previous one. Yeah, I like this one better. Yeah, we're gonna be flying Spirit a little more often than usual, mainly for what's it called? Nostalgia reasons, because I still can't believe there's never gonna be a commercial Spirit flight again. Like that's just sad. You gotta admit, you hated Spirit, good for you. But you have to admit now you're going to have to pay with high ticket prices. Well, not you, but everyone's going to have to pay for high ticket prices. Was great. Yeah, like you gotta admit they were. So, and the big reason, obviously, yeah, cheap tickets, a lot of things happen. Exactly what I paid for. You know what, man? Honestly, like I think flying is just as good as you make it. Like with big fees for like carry-ons and stuff, like my family, we would just like for a week in Mexico, like from Monday to Saturday, we would literally pack all of our clothes into our own backpacks. Like I had a backpack, my brother had a backpack, my dad had a backpack, and my mom had a purse with I think just a purse with her stuff. And then we also had like a snack bag, because apparently we found a loophole that food bags don't count as carry-ons. So we would still like hide it behind us during the check-ins, but just in case. But so personal item for everybody, and then the snack bag, I think. Hold on, let me actually look this up, because I'm pretty sure you were allowed to have a bag with food with you, and we would buy a lot of food. It was mainly it was chips, pecan roasted pralines, like Trader Joe's Taki ripoffs, and just like 1 or 2 bags of Sour Patch watermelon kids. But the fares, while nice and low, yeah, you paid with delays, which like they were like the number 2 airline. No, not even. I think Frontier's number 1 delays. American is number 2. We gotta climb. Hold on. 350. I think I saw that in time. But yeah, delays were annoying, and limited gate space, caused you to stand on the ground for 30-45 minutes waiting for a gate in O'Hare during rush hour. Yeah, I admit that was like part of the Spirit experience, but it was the Spirit experience. You can't really get it out of anything else. With American, you blame the weather or something, right? But American is just general. Spirit was always like circumstantial. Like there's always a good reason why your flight's delayed, but it was always like part of the Spirit experience. So you couldn't literally blame it on outside, if you know what I mean. You couldn't really. It was more, how would I say? It was more comedic than an obstacle. Like with American, if your United flight is delayed or something, blame it on the weather or something. With Spirit, you would say like that's all Spirit's fault, and it was just funny. Like honestly, that's just me. Frontier. So Frontier, yeah, it's like a worse version of Spirit, but you know what? I actually enjoy flying Frontier more. I'm not gonna lie. Just one, I actually like. I like deliveries too, but the experience wasn't too different from me, aside from flying out of different terminals and the tickets being a little higher in price. But Frontier and Spirit are like my top 2 airlines, man, because that's how I flew. But lots to reminisce about. Ivan, what's up, man? Welcome. I would just fly to Fort Lauderdale. What is this? This is I forgot what this is called. Bikini something. Oh, here we go. Only good thing about Frontier is the tail liveries. Yeah, we can agree on that for sure. That's the reason why everybody still flies them. Why I still fly them in the sim. Maybe 50 Spirit flights, only 1 Frontier flight, so maybe skewed. But I had terrible Frontier experience. I was talking about that a few months ago. It's like, yeah, like anyone was listening back then. Where people have one bad experience with an airline, and it's always their first experience. Like I'm gonna go fly Spirit for the first time ever, and their flight gets delayed by 3 hours because there's a bomb threat or something, and your plane has to stand in Atlanta. Well, no, that was a Frontier plane. You have one bad experience and you never give it a shot again. Like that's a terrible way to live. And I'm not blaming you for not choosing Frontier over and over again. That's all you. Like I guess you really have no choice at this point but to fly Frontier at this point, unless you want to pay really, really high for tickets. But like Spirit was terrible on our first flight. 2015 was to Tampa, and we flew. That was the only time I ever flew the Skittles livery, and I absolutely love those liveries too. But from O'Hare to Fort Lauderdale, and that flight was delayed by 3 hours, and we really didn't have a choice, so we flew Spirit again and again. And yeah, we've had bad times since, but it's almost like built memories at this point. Fly out of the new scenery. I'm flying into the new scenery. Is there a new Fort Lauderdale scenery? Hold on. Did MK Studios release it? Did I miss something? I knew they were releasing it. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, so I knew they were gonna make a Fort Lauderdale and Miami. Dude, these are sick. Back when Key West released, they left a little hint. On the terminal monitors, it said Key West coming soon. Sorry, it said Fort Lauderdale, like a flight to Fort Lauderdale, but then it said, instead of like delayed or on time, it said coming soon. Or something. I guess they're supposed to release it today? Hold on, what? You don't say. Hold on. Oh, we're checking this shit out, hold on. I gotta close all these tabs. I'm gonna crash my PC right now. Come on, hold on. Hold on, we better check this shit out together. This is this. Yes! Oh, yes, it's out. Oh my god. Wait, okay, before I buy, I gotta see it. I know they're doing construction now. Dude, don't blame me. I literally just hopped back on the sim for the first time in like 4 weeks. When's the Miami one coming out? I knew they were gonna do 2 airports. Both desperately needing. Hold on, is there an interior? Oh my god, there's an interior. No way. Let's go. Oh, that looks sick. Yes, and this is actually what it looks like. Dude, you have no idea how excited I am. Fort Lauderdale desperately needed a scenery. Crane. Substation. That's a mistake on your part. That's a mistake on your part too. Spirit does not fly out of this terminal. You did a bad job. Not buying. That's a good view. Is this what it looks like? Ew. Where else are they going to release it on indie builds? Because I'd rather buy it on indie builds than Contrail. Dude, this might be like one of the best sceneries in Yes. Oh yeah, and it's so much cheaper too. Unless I'm being fooled. Hold on. No. We buying this on any builds for sure. Miami, is that not out yet? Okay. No, we're doing this on any builds. For sure doing it on any builds. I don't think Miami's coming out soon, but I don't know if they started yet. So yeah, I knew about Fort Lauderdale. I knew about, well, Miami. I was guessing it was Miami because if there's somebody who just did, I mean, Tampa's okay. Tampa's very nice. Fort Lauderdale desperately needed an update. Miami desperately needed an update. Palm Beach got one. Orlando is fine. I think it's fine. I think people are saying any builds should do Miami. Any builds should do Orlando. I'm sorry. And then O'Hare too. Please, any builds do O'Hare. This is nice. I love it. I absolutely love it. I forgot to turn the sounds down. My bad. Let's bring these sounds way over. Are we on cruise already? No, not yet. Is this oh, wait a minute. My mistake. I forgot to bring up Valanza. This is Nassau coming up over there in the distance. Now we're gonna go with these views. We're gonna be viewing these sharklets for as long as possible. Okay, I was gonna do something. I was gonna turn off the cabin. Can we please turn it off? That water looks wonky as hell. I'm really trying to get the cabin off, but that we'll deal with it another day. That's fine. Yeah, we'll set up this map. Oh, we gotta zoom way out. Here we go. Dude, Vertical Sim is doing Orlando. Oh, they are. Dude, how much have I missed? Okay, he just announced it like 2 weeks ago. The dude's insane, dude. Vertical Sim is actually crazy. Please, somebody do no hair. Okay, hold on. What was I saying? Indie builds, right? Fort Lauderdale, MK Studios released. It was released yesterday. Maybe it was like midnight or something. Actually, hold on. Where should I buy it? First of all, ChatGPT. Wait, hold on. If I get it on Contrail, can't they just take a screenshot and send it over to what's their name? Send it over to Indie Builds, like to transfer, and just have it on both, right? Because so my idea is to get add-on linkers soon and to just like have it all in one hard drive in the future. Because for some reason something's wrong with my PC where I just can't do any Windows update. The Xbox app isn't loading, so I decided to just nuke my entire PC, basically get it like an extra hard drive or an SSD, move all my temporary files there, including the 500, 600 gigabytes of the community folder stuff, and then nuke my entire PC, download Windows 11, and reinstall everything from there, and then keep that extra SSD as a folder for all my sceneries. So all of these custom ones, I don't have these installed. I didn't buy these through Contrail. I have them installed on a separate drive. But it just detects it, so I'm gonna have to move all the ones that are through here are like over here. Like I can see them, I can actually uninstall them. Like Luckfield, I actually did buy through Contrail, and I know the customization here is pretty cool. Like Key West, I actually bought through here. Hold on, did I actually have Key West? Did I ever transfer it over? I did not. Hold on, can I just like take a screenshot of this? Either way. You guys can go ahead and say whatever. Contrail or Indie Builds, because if I get it on Contrail, I can get it on Indie Builds too. And by the way, Long Beach. Wait, what's the company? X-Wind? I don't feel like I've heard of it before. Oh, Rockford, Green Bay. Oh, that's why. Oh, and Trent Mercer as well. Biggest Contrail advantage is the custom path, much easier add-on linker. I mean, yeah, I can just transfer it over to here because you can do MK Studios. You need to see their I mean, you can see. See, they don't have Key West on here. That's why I was never able to do it. I was never able to transfer Key West. I don't know if I'll be able to do Fort Lauderdale. Either way. I mean, hold on. Hold on. FLL. We'll just do that. It's 1649. That's 1914 compared to 2236 over here. Like, listen, I'm trying to not spend as much money either. Any YouTubers got some promos I can use? Anybody who's promo I didn't use yet? Oh, here's NASA. We haven't been to NASA in a long time. We got a while at the top of descent. I'm trying to think. Contra for biggest for clearest install. Yeah, so listen, so my idea was, yeah, if I can have all my sceneries on one SSD and move them over whenever I need to. If I have any manager, first of all the sceneries that I do own, I'm already trying to save space. Like, all of them are already uninstalled. Like, I straight up just have most of my sceneries uninstalled. I have the GS Select profiles installed, but like Dubai, I can quickly install it and it'll be ready to go. Palm Springs, we gotta find a Palm Springs sometime. We haven't done it in here for a long. Hold on a minute. We have not flown in or out of Palm Springs in a long time. We gotta do some Palm Springs ops. Hong Kong, Fort Worth. Please, Indie Builds do O'Hare. I beg you guys. You know, or somebody who's gonna update them at least. Like, I can quickly install them from here, so I don't have a problem with I don't have a problem with these installing straight to the community folder, you know, or straight into the sim. I don't have a problem with that. It's the 500 gigabytes of the community folder applications that I do actually care about. How much is it? You know what? I'm gonna wait for this number to go up. 150. Over, under 500. I want to say over. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's it? 350? Okay, maybe I lied. So where's the rest of the storage going? I have no idea at this point. I got like a storage sapping virus or something. That is really cool. I actually really like that. Let's go ahead, get a screenie of that one. Like this, or yeah, that's nice. There's cruise. We can get the seat belts off. Oh, hold on. Let's get one of these, the little window stuff in the back. There we go. Now we look a lot more cozy since we're more tucked into the window. All right, so hold on, my boss is texting me. So far you guys are convincing me for Contrail, and then, but again, I have no issue having him install straight into the community folder from any manager, just because I really am like really active in any manager. I actually do actively uninstall and install sceneries. Like, I have no problem having it constantly installed here, or having the extra step of having a custom install. Like, I mean, I'll buy it here as long as I actually have the scenery, right? Whether it's any manager installing straight into the community folder, I can just quickly uninstall it and install it. Here, I have the folder running around, which is still taking up. I'd much rather have the file just straight up not installed than have it on an SSD. The SSD is mainly to hold the 350 gigabytes of sceneries and liveries that I can easily transfer over. I don't have a problem with that. You're gonna use the linker, use it all the way. Makes the sim much more stable when there aren't the necessary stuff. Oh, the liker. Okay. Yeah, I mean, do you understand my reasoning? Like, I'm not like you're telling me one thing. I'm like, no, but no. No, I'm not trying to do that. Like, I'm genuinely like trying to reason like my style of doing things and like the way things are gonna go, if that makes sense. Yeah. I mean, I'll probably wait until the rest of the day. Of course, just sharing my thoughts. Yeah. No, I understand where you guys are coming from. And I genuinely understand why people like Contrail that much. It's very good. I like it too. Company message. This NKS ops. Nice. We were nice and early. Top of descent is in 1 hour. Nice. We got plenty of time to do dilly-dally. I'm actually going to go ahead and pop this view. Can I disable the thing now? Nope, so it doesn't work. Alright, you got to do it from the ground apparently. So, no cabin just apparently actually gives you extra frames. And one, you don't get these annoying things. The thing is, I actually do like the cabin. I do like to look at the cabin. But what is they so shiny for? Phoenix. What are we doing, man? It's supposed to be hard white plastic, not shiny. By the way, and when you're flying, sticking your head out and seeing like the reflective engine sun on a vacation flight is so cool. This is a vacation flight. Fort Lauderdale to San Juan. This is like people going on vacation flights. Cool. What else are we reminiscing about? Oh, I was gonna look up if Spirit actually does allow you to bring like a snack bag. So I was saying before, what was it? I was saying before, my family would fly for like up to a week with our own backpacks, and that was it. And that was me grabbing a backpack, my dad grabbing a backpack, my brother with the backpack, my mom with the purse, and then a snack bag for all of us. Now, the snack bag supposedly was like allowed. Let me just double check. Let's see. So okay, so here we go. So one personal item per person, and then carry-ons have to be paid. But here we go. It was called the food exemption. So airlines offered one personal item, including the fare, plus certain exempt items that do not count toward baggage limit. Common exempts are food purchases after security, medical items, jackets, assistive devices, food purchased after security. The issue is that enforcement was never perfectly consistent. Gate agents sometimes ignore a small snack bag entirely, treated airport purchased food as exempt, or counted any extra bag as a second item. That inconsistency is why many travelers try to keep snack bags discreet. If it's tiny and obviously food, nobody will care. Okay, yeah, so, like, believe me, we didn't, like, try hiding stuff under the food. Like, no. It was just a giant Trader Joe's bag with chips and snacks in it. Like there was nothing about it. There was nothing. There was nothing about it. That's fine. So yeah, I guess it was really loud. But I mean, still, like during check-in, I think with certain airlines we would be just a little more discreet. Just like, you know, the check-in. This is the check-in counter. They're scanning our boarding passes at the gate. Like all of us are just in front. Like, yeah, this is my ticket. Yeah, and then we just have like the bag like all the way, like just holding it back there, all of us, you know, covering it. I don't know why I'm looking like that. I don't think we had to, but if it was obviously food, I don't think they would care. But obviously with airport food, you probably want to bring a bag. We didn't really buy airport food. Well, hold on. O'Hare does have a Chick-fil-A in Terminal 5. So I'm a sucker for a chicken sandwich at the right time of 7:39 in the morning. Well, no, hold on. And then there is a Dunkin' Donuts in Terminal 5 as well. I'm guilty of that as well. You know, funny thing, actually, we were running to our gate because our plane finally arrived. It was late out of Minneapolis for 2 hours because of, I don't even know why, actually. Most recently when I flew to Mexico. And when our plane finally was on approach, me and my brother ran to the gate, We just bought donuts from the Dunkin' Donuts. Like like where the concourse, where the pathway for the passengers spills like from the security area to the duty-free shops to like where the gate area is. It's like right there in Terminal 5, like right smack in the middle. And our plane just arrives. Like I get the text from my mom, like, come to the gate, our plane is here. Like 5 minutes after I know that it is, because I'm on flight radar 24 and my mom just hears the update going through, you know, the flight attendant. So I'm the first one to know. She's updating me 5 minutes late. But basically we grab our donuts, we start running to the gate, booking it. Like when we weren't late or anything, I guess it was just a joke. And out of nowhere, there's a guy, one single, like, what, 23-year-old guy, you know, mustache, hair, just looks like a regular, like, 23-year-old going on a trip or something. He's got a, you know, big backpack, you know, fully, like, stuffed backpack, like he's going hiking or something. He's got, like, a Bears hat, a Bears sticker. He's booking it. Me and my brother are just running after him for no reason. Oh, no, we're running with him. I'm chowing down a Boston cream down the entire time. I kid you not. I'm running, like, maybe 70% full speed. I finished the donut halfway through the concourse, because Terminal 5 is long in O'Hare. It's the long way, like the long new extension. We were like at the very, very end of it. So I finished my donut in like sub 3 minutes while not stop running. And again, it's a Boston cream, so you got the cream inside, you know. My fingers are surprisingly clean. But this guy is just like running for the entire terminal. It's like a 6-minute run. The entire time we're running, I finished the donut halfway through the run. We're just running up to the guy like we're a part of it. We're just having fun. We're just laughing. Everybody's turning around, and so one guy looking dead-ass tired running. I don't think he was even like late. Like he literally got to the gate. His gate was like right next to mine. There was a Frontier going to Atlanta a few gates away. He was going to that one, but like he literally sat down and sat there for like an extra 10 minutes. I don't know why he ran. But we're following him, we're running with him just as a joke. And spoiler alert, we didn't miss our plane either. We just literally sat there for 30 minutes and I literally watched it land, watched it park, watched the people walk out. Everybody on that plane looked stupid tired because the plane just sat on the tarmac for like 2 hours. Some holding box. Tarmac, such a freaking, just civilian term. I'm sorry. The plane sat in a penalty box, or it was either a penalty box or a de-icing pad for 2 hours in Minneapolis. But everybody, you know how like you're already having a bad time at the airport before you even get on the plane, and the plane arrives and all the passengers look like, and they stare you down as they walk by. That's how everybody looked. It was very funny. That entire day was whack. We got to the airport at like 8 in the morning because our flight was at 12. And again, it got delayed to like 2 o'clock, which wasn't bad, but I don't like landing. I don't like being in the Cancun airport during sunset. Like departing out of it is not really my thing. Landing into Cancun at sunset, not a thing either. I don't like that because like what's the point of the whole day? You just spend like half the day at the airport and then you come to and then you fly into the airport and it's dark and the hour drive to your resort is in pitch black. That's not fun. Come on, you gotta be kidding me. And of course nobody knows how to drive there either. Or I mean they somehow make it, you know, to the resort, except getting out of the airport is like, it's like trying to navigate your way through an 8-lane highway where every single lane is going a different speed. It's terrible, scary. I'm like this in the back of the van because I got the entire, you know, 4 seats in the back row to myself. I'm like this, while the guy is like, where's the volume? Again, I'm like this while the guy is weaving through like 3 lanes of traffic, each one of them having like a difference of like plus minus 10 miles an hour. But we get there. I'm still here. I'm alive. You know, nothing out of the ordinary happened that would have been bad. Whatever. You know what I mean. Either way, just some good memories. Spirit, regarding Spirit. Ooh, there was one time that our Spirit flight to Fort Lauderdale got canceled at like 6:30 in the morning. Spirit would always fly out even like earlier than Frontier. Like Frontier was like 7:30, 8 o'clock flights. Spirit would be like 6:30 for no reason whatsoever. But we get to the airport, we get to the check-in. This is back when Spirit's still on Terminal 3. I mean, it wasn't that long ago, but we get there and flights cancel for some reason. No idea why, no reason why. Weather's fine. So we're wondering what's going on. We get rebooked to United, so we take the tram. First time I actually ever took the tram. Nowadays, I just go with my friend, park for $3 for an hour, and then just ride the train back and forth, you know. I don't know. That's funny. That's just what we do. But take the train over to United. You know, we have the first class experience of flying United into Fort Lauderdale. And oh yeah, back then they used to give you free stroop waffles. At least I thought they were free. They were free for me, of course. I wasn't the one paying for them, but you know, I'm still a sucker for some honey and carbs. Even now, you know, Aldi got really good stroop waffles. Y'all gotta. They're seasonal though. They got like a box of 8 of them. They're really good, really are. I think United still serves stroop waffles. Do they? When I was at a job fair, was it either last week or the week before? Yeah, they actually brought him back. Interesting. Complimentary. After a brief retirement, the fan favorite, Daleman's Caramel. They're called, Daleman's Caramel Waffle. Oh, that's the company. Okay. $5 in Target? That's a lot, jeez. You know exactly. You guys know what I'm talking about. Come on. Well, y'all can't be that oblivious. You know this shit right here. This is like the #1. Okay, Daleman's. It's specifically the brand that they use. This stuff's amazing. Like you put it on top of your mug, it'll melt. It'll warm it up. Put it on coffee, like on top of your mug. Hold on. Where is it? This window. Here we go. Like, yeah, you put it like on top of your mug, it'll melt either into it or crumble into it. It's absolutely amazing. I went to a job fair in Chicago. Oh, wait, hold on. What did you just say? It was for flights. All flights over 300 miles. Okay, so that's like Chicago to Nashville. It's simple. But I went to a job fair and I walked up to the United desk. My brother ended up actually sneaking one of them stroop waffles. I didn't even see that. They have the United logo on them now. So that's nice. Good amenities. Anybody remember back when planes used to serve, what would you call it? Tomato juice. When did that leave? $2014? Have not stopped serving tomato juice. All right. United removed it in 2018, but then brought it back after severe, massive customer backlash. Interesting. I just remember my grandma would always fly to Florida. They would fly to Fort Lauderdale all the time. My goodness, they would either drive or fly. Oh, it's not the one? They would either fly there or drive there, but they would always like bring back some tomato juice, and and now they live down there, so I go down there. She just makes great tomato juice too. Love my grandma. KLM has awesome ones. KLM tomato juice. Do they also serve the same one? I cannot type. Okay, I think it's just Mott's. I mean, Swiss. Look at that. Look at that creamy consistentness. All right, bro. Hold on. I gotta show. This just looks like this is this American? Or is this? This looks like. Does he have? Okay, yeah. This is like. You know what I mean. Those were good. I still like drinking tomato juice. Still one of my favorite beverages. One of my favorite beverages of choice. Nowadays, you gotta pay for water. Oh yeah, Spirit will charge you for water. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. Spirit and Prince. Wait, hold on. Nate. Am I being stupid? Hold on. I swear Spirit would charge you for water. Yeah, they do charge for water. I knew I wasn't going crazy. But recently, you know, I personally, I've had something called a job, so I've been able to acquire some cash recently, or money in general. But I've had money for a while. You know, I've had a job for almost 2 years at this point. But I have been treating myself like a king. You know, on Frontier Airlines or Allegiant or Spirit. That's literally all I fly. It's sad compared to you guys flying United, whatever. You know, I'd buy myself either like a giant bag of, so for the measly price of I think $5, you could either get a pack of M&Ms, of peanut M&Ms, or a giant bag of Chex Mix. Hold on. I thought I took a picture of it when I was flying with Frontier. Maybe it's in memories. Hold on. December. Jeez, I used to look like a pedophile. Oh my god. No, sorry, my bad. I used to have like really deep sideburns, like off all the way up to here. And I was looking at pictures, dude. I looked like straight like a 20-year-old. You know, now I shaved it all, so I look much better now. Wait, I'm gonna get clipped now. I'm screwed. I'm not 18. You can't do anything. I'm still a minor. Hold on, let me think. Chex Mix. It wasn't Chex Mix. It was something else. It was something else that Frontier served. Hold on. It was onboard menu. No, it wasn't dots. It was something else. I want to see, is that it? Can somebody find me a non-blurry image? I think that's it right there. Okay, I guess it was Chex Mix. Yes, it was. Okay. By the way, this livery right here, I love this aircraft. Apparently I've flown this plane 3 times in my life. Most recently as well. But, so for the price of... Wait, hold on a minute. Can I read these? Ah, dang it. Crazy idea that you could actually read the menus. Hold on, how long is the top of descent? Dang it, we got 50 minutes. 50 minutes to go, 5-0. But basically... This is old, hold on. We need a newer menu. Yes, so for the price of... So for the price of $5, you could either get a pack of peanut M&Ms, which was always my go-to choice. It's not a box. It was, they would always give you a bag. So I would always buy this. And no, I wouldn't get sodas. They had juices. Interesting. Yeah, but I would always get a peanut M&M. And then this time I decided to go with something else. It was either a friggin' cheese tray. I don't even know why they have it. I don't know why the hell anybody would get a cheese tray. The second you open it up, it's gonna stink up like the nearest, you know, 5 seats in your radius. Like, I don't know why anyone would ever get that. The Grizz snack pack. Hey, I would have gotten the Grizz snack pack if they would have gave me the box, because I would have kept the box. You know what? I'm actually gonna ask that next time, because I would definitely take this box home. The Grizz snack pack. What comes in it? Dairy food, smoked Gouda. Oh, it's all this. Okay, hold on. How much is that? Oh, it's $9. Toblerone chocolate. Oh, I'm getting this next time. Hold on. Do I get the box? Yeah, okay, I do actually get the box. Oh my gosh, I actually do. Yeah, that's actually really nice. You know what? I'm gonna have that and just have it standing right here on my desk. That's nice. I'm gonna I'm gonna buy that next time. It's a pretty small box. You get Toblerone. Is this not olives? What the? Okay. Oh, okay. It's a lot smaller. It's a lot smaller. Girl dinner. Yes. All right. Kill me now, man. But you know what I mean. I'm gonna get that next time. But yeah, the Chex Mix went down very well. You know what? Actually, for $5, this is probably like the most value. M&M's, one I'm sharing with my brother who was sitting next to me. So, you know, one for me, one for you, one for me, one for me, one for you, one for me, another one for me, another one for me, one for you. You know, I mean, I skewed the odds a little bit, but whatever. Takis, not a fan. It's gonna call your fingers. Pringles, also ass. M&M's, that's the go. What is this? Nutty Omega Trail Mix. Who the fuck buys Trail Mix nowadays? I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that's you. Dots. I haven't had Dots. I know Dots has a really good like mustard flavor of some sort. I like that one. Stir fry noodles. I have a bad memory eating noodles. Last time I flew out of Tampa was on Spirit. We bought noodles from Trader Joe's. We were gonna, you know, pour hot water. You can get hot water from the airport. I don't even know where we got hot. Wait, where did we get hot water? I mean, you could get hot water on the airplane, but we sat down in our gate in Tampa. And we started stirring the noodles, and everybody's already boarded. Like, literally everybody from the seats are gone, even though the flight's not for another 40 minutes. But everybody's already boarded, and I went up and asked, when are the doors closed? And they said, in 5 minutes. So I'm like gathering all my family members up, telling them the doors are going to close in 5 minutes. You know what? They closed them in 30 minutes. They lied, all right? They lied to me. Like, the gate area was empty. There was nobody sitting. Everybody was already on the plane. And they told me they were going to close the door in 5 minutes. And it took them 25. So they lied there. Not exactly a bad memory, but just wouldn't buy, it's $10 now? Are you serious? Oh, I don't get... Oh, that's the other side of the box. Never mind. Not exactly a bad memory, but just like a shocking one. Is this just... Please tell me this is like just the other side of the box, right? Because if I get this instead of this, I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna ask like the Frontier flight attendants, like, do you guys have the Grizz pack, right? And it has like the actual bear, not like a cartoony bear. You guys have like the actual like Grizz the bear on the box, right? Yeah, I'll have one of those. I don't know what I'm doing there. No, I'm not gonna be doing that. First of all, I don't even know they have trading cards. Where can I? Why do I only know now that they got trading cards? If I would have known, okay, that's Powder the polar bear. I flew that plane to Mexico a few months ago. I could have gotten that one. These are cool. This is a Christmas special. That's very nice. Holiday cards. They got some new ones, obviously, I can see. Where was that first picture I saw? Hold on, am I stupid? Oh, this was the original. Yeah, this is like the OG crews, like Max, Otto, Grizz, what's her name, Virginia, Otto. That's not Otto. This is Ferdinand. Don't ask me how I know all that. I am a nerd. Orville, Betty, and Courtney. That's what it was. Bro, what are we doing, man? What are we doing? Alright, you know, nah, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm done. I didn't have an energy drink, I swear. This is just me. Where are we right now? Oh, damn. Oh, Turks and Caicos. We gotta go to Turks and Caicos. Where would I fly into? Where's like... Where's the city? What the frick? Where do people go for vacationing? Ah, here we go. Found it. Providenciales. Yeah, that looks more like an international. Well, it's not one international. And here's all the resorts I'm getting. No, that's not a resort. This is all of them right here. Yeah, that's the resorts. Or these, no, these are homes. Oh, here we go. These are all of them. Here they all are. That actually looks nice. But this is like some... No, not this. I was looking at something else. This is like some dirty sand or something. Whatever. Oh yeah, that's there they are coming up. What runway we're landing? Runway 10. As of right now, the winds had us going for runway 10. We're just about halfway, I think. Just about. We gotta keep checking the winds. You know what? We might be shifting into runway 8 now. We're doing runway 8. I like that. I like that. It was runway 10 because the wind was 110, but looks like we're gonna shift to 080 now. So we can go ahead and just start setting up for that. So approach ILS runway 8. Yeah, because the reason I wanted to do 8 is so that we can land along along this runway here with all the, you know, all the hotel rooms. I think that view's a lot better. And then do I have the taxi chart pinned? I do. I actually have no idea where Spirit parks because the terminal is a lot smaller than I always thought it was. So runway 8. Let's actually go ahead and change that now. Is there going to be an ATC that may restrict us from doing that? No ATC. We are actually just about halfway right now. There's a JetBlue flying from Raphael to Fort Lauderdale. He's going to be passing 1,000 feet below us, directly in our way. We should set this to below. Because he's like right over there, like right off of Turks and Caicos right now. What was I doing? Oh, that's right. So runway ILS 8. We have the Beano 3. Nothing there. We just insert. And then if we go back to plan and just check it out. Nothing changed aside from one little thing. What is this? Why do we have an issue? Is this a Joro, Patty? Weston to Joro. From Beaner to Weston. Okay, cool. We can just clear this. Yeah, that works perfectly. Alright, cool. And then actually might as well start filling out weather. QNH in San Jose is looking like 0016 29er 3006. 3006 29er 00 at 16. I don't know how I remember that all that. And then for the ILS, for the barrel, I'm sorry, for the minimums is going to be, why did I just close that? Minimums for runway 8 are looking to be 311 straight in. Cool. We got that. Actually, thank you for letting me know. I almost slipped my mind there. Well, we can see top of descent at this point, so that's nice. Even though it's in 40 minutes. So we know we can see how to send 40 minutes out. Nice to know. And we've been up for about hour 41 at this point. Actually, I haven't even been tracking our airtime. I probably should have. What plane should we fly in the future? I have an A300 that I haven't flown before. We could fly that maybe Rockford to Louisville. I mean, I still have a list of all those international flights I want to do, but we're going to have to wait a little bit on that because if the reason that I quit is because of... Whoa. How the hell did these get so many likes? Oh, I know how. It was, I'm part of a team now. So... I live with 2024 and GSX always has problems after an update. Oh yeah. Do I still hold the rank with average landing? I have number... What? How? Hold on. Oh, wait. I can just do this. The day I joined this team, I got a -1 landing. So I'm still holding number 1. This guy had 207 feet per minute. How the hell did he do that? On Transavia right now? Why is this on? This is disgusting. Paris or Lee, however you pronounce that, is going down to... Don't know what that is. Don't know, don't care, don't know. Don't know, don't care, don't want to know. Am I gonna hold this forever? That's cool. Either way. What was I gonna say? Well, my last flight was... Yeah, here it was. -1 in Helsinki. With the A350. I remember that flight. Are you flying, GA? Right now, no. We're doing 321. Or what do you mean? I don't generally fly GA. I actually don't like it that much. What was this flight? Finland to... Oh, okay. That looks weird. I thought it was... I don't know. I would have thought it went like this. But yeah, don't worry. We still got plenty of these flights planned. You know, London to Cape Town... LA to Sydney, even though I did the flight there, and I forgot about the flight back. And then London to this is Dubai to LIMC. Is this Milan? LIMC. Yeah, Malpensa International. Milan's actually really cool. There's a bunch of mountains. We gotta fly in there with the A380. Then I also have. Wait, what are the flights that I never did? So it was yeah. So LA. Hold on. So LA to the return flight from LA to Sydney, then London to Qatar. I'm sorry, London to Doha, London to Cape Town, Dubai to Milan, and then Honolulu to Narita. And I mean, we're gonna have all the time in the world in our life to do those flights. There's 3 A380s and 2 A350s, so we got all the time in the world to do those flights. But right now we're gonna focus more on regional, more on domestic flighting, just flighting. I don't know. But I do have an A300 I'd like to fly. Now I'm trying to think. It's probably gonna be cargo. Should we do like Ontario to Oakland? That could be fun. Oakland to Ontario. I haven't flown to Ontario before. It's an A300. Or should we do Rockford, Illinois to where do they fly to from Rockford? That's like a big. I mean, Rockford to Louisville is like probably the best because we could go round trip really easily. However, I'd have to buy both of the sceneries. Whereas Ontario to Oakland, I think is long enough where we can do only one flight. And it would seem fulfilling, right? Maybe? Maybe. Either way. Do you guys think Ontario and Oakland round trip would be more fun? Whichever way, I don't know. Or Rockford, Louisville. Screw this. No, it's gonna be Ontario and Oakland for sure. Gonna be much more fun. Unless we fly into San Jose. Oh no, they don't have that much of a cargo thing. No, we do. Yeah, we do Oakland to Ontario and back, or the other way around. Doesn't matter. On an A300, I do have an A300 ready to be installed. I bought it a little while ago and have not used it once. My, what a waste of money. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, here's Turks and Caicos. Providenciales is over there. No worry, we'll have replays as well. And then we're gonna have what's it called? We're gonna have 757 come out soon because there's a new Atlanta scenery that's getting released very soon. The Orbex one, except everybody thinks it's trash because of how laggy it is. So when that comes out, there's a lot of Delta Atlanta to Detroit ops we're gonna be doing. I know for a fact, Transit Trilogy would love for us. I think that's his name, Transit Prodigy. I'm sorry. Would love for us to do that. When is the 757 gonna come out? They got a 757 working out as well. Although the Icelandic ops are going to be insane. So we're looking for a summer release for the 757, early summer. So like, hold on. He said so early Q3. So Q3 is June through September. So we're looking for like a summer release for the 757. The Delta and American ops would be insane. My goodness. Hold on. What U.S. airline was most popular? It was, I'm sorry, not American. It was United and Delta. Delta by far. LaGuardia to Atlanta, Detroit to Atlanta. Where else does Delta fly out of? Do they fly out of, where in Texas do they fly out of? What can I not spell? Rapidly expanding. So Delta mainly is in Austin, but really nowhere else in Texas. So I guess Atlanta to Minneapolis, LaGuardia to Atlanta, Detroit to Atlanta, LA, San Francisco, Seattle, Salt Lake. Mainly Atlanta. Like, I'm gonna probably buy the 7.5 and only do like Detroit to LaGuardia flights because those would be really, really cool. Their 767 is not for a while. There was one thing I was gonna look up as well. Oh, the Fenix Neos. I've been waiting on those for the longest time. And I'm guessing maybe late Q3, maybe early Q4. Like around my birthday in September, maybe. Orbix, Atlanta. That is a lot of GSC. Oh my goodness. The frames are gonna absolutely get... Phoenix time is hard. Always so far and so soon. Yeah, but listen, Phoenix, they do an amazing job, so people are willing to wait a lot longer. I'm willing to wait. I think it's gonna be by this year for sure. Why do I have Valonza? That's not Valonza, my bad. So like with Atlanta, look at how much like oh my goodness. I can't even imagine what my frames would be. Like running a Phoenix or something, it's gonna again, it's suicide. My computer's literally gonna commit suicide. All this GSC is ridiculous. Like the LODs would suck. They'd have to be like really bad. But the detail is like amazing though. Is there an interior? There isn't even like a good interior. Not a good enough interior. So yeah, so I've actually really been waiting for this scenery because we needed an Atlanta scenery, probably above anything else actually. Except maybe O'Hare, and I'm being serious here. Probably Atlanta's the one scenery that has needed an update for the longest time because imagine Sim just throws a pile of whatever. I don't know. I'm not even gonna say that. And this is 100% an upgrade. But my goodness, are people's computer gonna suffer? Okay, so there is actually one part of the interior that's made, and it's the new little expansion. Maybe this is like new. Yeah, but like the RAM usage would be insane. Crazy. That's a fat ass cheeseburger. I mean, this dude has some good performance. What is his stats? I don't think he has specs. 47. Yeah, okay, no, he's got a God PC, so that makes sense. But like, I can still see like a good 50 frames, and a whole lot of things. Like, I really wish we'd really be able to like turn off a lot of stuff, and I would. Like, I turned off most of the GSC. I probably disable like this is the Phoenix frames. Are you kidding me? Like, yeah, you can make a good scenery, but make it optimized. It's gonna look amazing. I don't disagree. But like you're really gonna have to convince me to buy this one. Because I don't know. And it's like the textures are amazing. Everything's amazing. Except the performance. That's really it. What's next? It's the Miami, MK Studios Miami. Looks very promising. I like the look of that already. Especially with all of this design over here. Looks very nice too. Let me actually see if anybody got a video on it yet. No. I actually do want to see a MK Studios video. Oh, I look, he wasn't paying attention. Let me skip back. Yeah, I thought Fort Lauderdale was doing some renovations. It was the... Alright, way too many cuts, way too fast, MK. That's the New York Jets livery. Okay, I like that terminal, that's good. Ooh, I really want to see how that looks like at night. Because the current one is really outdated. Like, those aren't really even the colors or flats anymore. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Hold on. Which one is Terminal A again? Alright, we gotta start zooming in here just so we don't forget anything. Terminal A. What the heck? Why am I so stupid? Gates A. Okay, I thought it was this one. I thought it was. Actually, yeah, it looks very nice. This is landing from the seaside? Yeah, it is. Very rare that actually happens. That's actually the wrong runway. This runway would be used for departure rather than arrival. Even on seaside landings. Get back a few frames. And it's basically everything we saw in the pictures. This is actually, like, very well detailed now, not just a blurry PNG this time. I like this view a lot. Why is it landing this way? You don't land that way. There's a museum there? That actually looks very cool. For sure though, I know that it does shoot like a ray, like a giant beam of light straight up, and if you look up, you're gonna see it. Real Geo, welcome. We're just reviewing MK Studios Fort Lauderdale. I didn't realize they released it this morning, so we flew out with the icky Latin VFR one. Yeah, I know this thing gotta like shoot out more light. I'm sure there will be mods for it or something. But otherwise, it looks very, very nice. Available now? Oh, this was literally released an hour ago. Not bad. Good job, MK. I knew you guys could do it. Actually, I promise you I saw this coming from back when they released the Key West. They said 2 more two more Florida airports. I knew for sure it was gonna be Fort Lauderdale, and then I was 99% sure it was gonna be Miami. Fort Lauderdale, why? Because the actual boards in like the in-terminal boards in Key West said Fort Lauderdale, and instead of like for a flight for Fort Lauderdale, and instead of saying delayed or on time or early, it said coming soon. So I kind of saw it as a hint. And then Miami, I just assumed like, listen, if there's two Florida airports made by Latin VFR, you gotta get somebody on top of that. Like seriously, no shame on Latin VFR. They made great sceneries for their time, but it's just different times. You know, different times demand different products. It was about time. What is that? Is that Hispaniola? That is. Oh, it's Punta Cana. Okay. Good to know. Yep. No wait to see yet. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go get some water because I'm starting to lose my voice for no reason. 2 hours, 2 hours, 1 minute airtime, 2 hours 29 block time is what we were supposed to have. Yeah, I'll be right back. And we're back. Where's top of descent? Coming up. Alright, cool. We can go ahead and zoom in on here. Zoom in on here as well. So, top of descent. We're going to have us going down to 1,000. And then down to 6,000. We'll go down to 1,000 for now. We'll have that set on standby. Punta Cana is going to be up to our right-hand side. We're not going there. Kitty. Isha. Okay. Here. Nope. Nope. Get your. Never mind. Doing a return leg? No, not today. Oh, well, that was a while ago. I'm sorry, I missed that. Alright, top of descent, we'll go ahead and click this in. Seatbelts come on. We'll be descending at 1,000 feet per minute until our profile catches up with us. Let's watch our profile go. There he goes. We'll watch that come down and we'll pick up the pace. Probably about 2,000 feet per minute, I'm gonna have to say. 2,200, if I had to guess. And then that's 11,000. We'll have 6,000 going on later. There's that secondary dive. What do you want today? Come here. Come here. First of all, say hi. Second of all, we gotta tell you how cute you are. Look at this body. Alright. Let you go. My bad. So much for an introduction. I think it's on my seat. That's Punta Cana right over there. Yo, Law, what's up, man? I'm sorry. What the heck is I have not been seeing chat for some reason. Yes, First Officer Kitty. She's still around. I don't know if you guys remember her from a while ago. From Post 9 to Hergonda. I haven't even done the actually I don't think I've flown the iFly a single time in 2024. Maybe I should sometime. What can we do? What can we do? Y'all want to go back to Seattle? Should we go back to Seattle? When was the last time we flew Alaska? It's been a while, right? What did I say we flew out of? Spirit flight? Last... No, hold on. No, not even last. We're gonna be doing a lot of Spirit ops. Mainly because they're gone, so... We were just reminiscing earlier about Spirit. When was the last time I even flew the Max? Hold on. It was a while ago. That's a 321. We did San Francisco to San Diego. And then we did Salt Lake City to Seattle. So the last time we flew the Max was from Miami to Cancun on an American Airlines. And the last time we flew Alaska was from Salt Lake to Seattle. That one was fun. I remember that. What could we do, actually? Yes. Um, sorry, I'm just kind of like out of it right now. I don't know why. We'll go down to 6,000 at this point. Then what about for that? That's 2,400, I think, at Wesson. So where does Spirit park? Or where did Spirit park? I'm sorry. Terminal B. Ooh, have we flown into Buffalo before? I don't know if it'd be fun or not. Maybe not. Terminal B, Terminal B, Terminal B. Where is Terminal B? B, right here. So we'll see as we're parking because what is on the ground? What the heck? I can see that. Give her to me. So I guess apron 3, because the B gates were these right here. So we'll park here. Or again, we'll like, check it out. See, you know, see how it's going over there. And then weather. We were gonna check weather. All right, Officer Kitty just walked by. Winds back 090. So we will keep updating this. And this is now 090 at gusting, sorry, at 17, gusting 24. Temperature 290, temperature 3006. Speaking of altimeter, we can go ahead and just lick that right back. 3006, here we go. We'll actually zoom in here. We got 6,000, what was it, what, 2,400 in the next one? We'll double check that here. We gotta check the ILS, make sure it's all set as well. You know what, actually? It's telling us to land, everybody's landing on runway 10 for some reason. Yeah, everybody landed runway 10, so we're gonna switch right back. Back to the ILS 10. Let me just quickly find Vino. Direct to Vino. Here we go. And winds are fine, but the ILS is off, so we're gonna need to put back the ILS for runway 10, which is 260. A lot lower than the minimums. I think we're actually gonna have a better approach over the highway and stuff. I just saw her running out of the corner of my eye. Yeah, because so for departure, they're using runway 8. For arrival, they're using runway 10. Which is fine. It's fine. I'm sorry, am I seeing this right? Beef Island? Apparently the Beef Islands are a thing. Alright, so Terminal B, nobody in San Juan, and CTAP 132.050. 132.050. Flick that on once we're done. We're good on fuel. It should be, yeah, 7.7. That's perfectly fine. Nobody in here, and we can go ahead and start preparing ILS 10, 3, 10. Wandering back and forth. So fuzzy back. I'm gonna raise the volume just by a little bit, and we'll have it back up at full for the landing. There's 6,000. We'll go 2,200. And that's to pick up the ILS. We'll have all these selected as well. So yeah, 2200 is plus 6,000 here. What was it again? It was 1500 down there. So we might as well have 1500 set. That way we're gonna be at 1500 at Ramsey and we can pick up the ILS at the very, very latest. We're doing medium auto brake, and we're going to be doing a landing performance. Probably a little late for that, but it's fine. We'll paste that in here. We'll do no reverse actually. We don't need reverse thrust. Full weights, auto throttle, dry. In the landing weight, right? 7.6, 7.5, so minus 200, 162.8. I missed the decimal. Here we go. What do we do reverse? No difference. Okay, so we'll do. Yeah, we'll do no reverse. Why not? No issue with not doing that. And then for the actual exit, probably take Hotel 6 and then just taxi all the way back here and park like up there or something. One of these aprons, or we'll just park at A. I don't really know. It's gonna be up to me because I decide where everybody deplanes. There we are. Over here. Over to, you know what, we're just gonna say, we're just gonna stay here for now. There's 6,000 the restriction, and we'll pass right through that, of course. We'll start bringing our flaps down once we pass over here, or once the speed comes down. And I think it should in a little bit. Because the decel is right here. Oh my gosh, no way. We finally got the wingless disappearing in the clouds? You're kidding. You're kidding. Let's go. That is actually one of the coolest things ever. Very nice. Once we cut down here, we'll keep the spoilers out just for a little bit. We'll get our recorder ready. Bring the volume up. Very nice that we finally got those. Flaps 1. More cloud action right now. Flaps 2. Oh, I know, that's me using try sim. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for giving you guys hope. That's what that is. Alright, cool. There's San Juan. It's a clear way to the runway. And if we got approach mode on, right? Yeah, so we'll pick up approach. We should get the ILS here. There's the glide slope and the localizer. Cool.
$2,500.
Roger that. There's San Juan. Oh, they actually did model these. Okay. The landing here would have been pretty cool. That's okay. We'll do it for next time. Once we level up here, just a second. There we are now. We'll slow down. We'll go... The last waypoint, we'll drop the gear. 2,000. Check. These lights should have been on a while ago. That's my mistake. Gear down, flaps 3. Flight attendants prepare for landing. Flight attendants prepare for landing. Cool. We're gonna fly directly over the beach where I got the worst sunburn in my life back in March. Dude. I'm kidding. Where is that beach? Was that back there somewhere? Beach where you got a bad sunburn. Are you sure? You sure? Go flaps full. We'll start the recording. The flight recording. We'll arm the sport. Hold on. No, we can't start the recording now. Spoilers are armed. We got all that set. 260. Lights are on. Flight attendants are set. And on traffic experience 1483. Short final runway 18 right. Turn off all this stuff. What's the go around? Go around 3,000 on heading 300. Heading 300. Dang. Autopilot and my aircraft. Jeez, relax. Oh, it's the gust, that's right. Oh yeah, there are the gusts kicking in.
$500.
Stable.
400. 100 above. 300. Minimum.
Landing.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
Oh, I didn't have the landing rate open. Are you serious? Come on, put her down. Put her down. I forgot to open it up. We'll open it up on the replay. The auto brake's not working for some reason. Why did the auto brake not deploy? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to San Juan. The left-hand turn here. Jeez, what is wrong with the brakes? There we go. Look at that. We got it off in time. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to San Juan. Bit of a rocky approach, but we got her down. It's just going to be a left-hand turn here and then down into the gates. Here's Puerto Rico, San Juan, everybody. Get these on. We'll get the APU on. Turn this off. We'll turn you off. is Volanta saying? Volanta's giving us 194. You know what? That's pretty believable, and I will take that. So what gates this Spirit Park at? Ah, I forgot. GSX doesn't work right now. So we're just gonna park at a random gate, I guess. We'll see how that goes. So Spirit parks over here, but low key I want a better view, so we're gonna park over there. Like, here, I can go ahead and just take a look. Actually, this is where Spirit usually parks at. Actually, it's not even that bad. It's just like empty and dead. I want to park over here, just because. Although, yeah, technically we have to park over here, so we're gonna park right over there. We'll go with that gate right there. Full APs available. Okay, the ground service is ready. Where does the 321 park? Let's see. You got it, come on. There we go. Parking brake. AP bleed, engine 1 and 2, seatbelts. And that is that, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to San Juan. We can get deboarding to commence. The jetway connected, and we'll get deboarding. So, what is our time? Anything else on here that I gotta turn off? Transponder, and we are all set. Yes, of course. Get all this off, and we're done. All right. So, don't need the GPU. What was our time today? We'll go ahead and disconnect from VATSIM. We'll go ahead and end the flight. Any more screenshots of any sorts? No. We'll end it. Let's review the flight. Here we go. So 2 hours 5 minutes flight time. We were about 4 minutes late, and then 2 hours 22. We're about 7 minutes early. Very nice. Landing rate at 194. We'll take that. 194. Runway 10. Good enough. I think we might have floated it a little bit, but should be good overall. And then out of Fort Lauderdale, of course, that was a very nice departure. All set. We got a. Is it the first flight like this, or no? Second flight there. Now we have 2 aircraft in San Juan, a Frontier and a Spirit plane. The Spirit plane, where's it gonna go next? Actually, it could probably go to like Newark or something. I don't know. We'll see. But that's it for Volanta. We can close that down, and I am ready for replays. And you guys are, because low-key we don't even need to do all this. Reset all. And then we can do panel states. Ready. Activate. We don't got a flight anymore ready, so we can close all of our stuff. Go flaps full. The screens look a lot better. Is there like a graphics update of some sort? Everything just looks a lot nicer. Alright, cool. We'll flick all these back on. This is all on. That made it go away. Nice. Alright, replays.
Too low. Terrain.
300. 200. 100. 50. 40.
Yeah, okay, definitely did flare way too early.
Don't sink.
Alright. Run it back over here, maybe? Jeez. That's alright.
300. 200.
132 or something, just so it's not screaming all the time. Let's see. I genuinely am curious to see what the rating was. Okay, yeah, 192. We'll take that. So bring it back. Let's watch it from outside again.
Don't sink. Don't.
Yeah, we couldn't bring the nose down fast enough. That's alright. Bring it back. We'll do camera views from out here.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't
We'll
sink.
do from here first. Oh, shut up. Uh-huh. Okay, so I think I know what the problem with the plane is. It starts screaming unless the throttle detents are well screwed up. Not bad though. We'll do it from over here. At least here it won't scream at me. Got it. And then one more time from this side. Puerto Rican and American flags. That would have a really nice view. Alright, I actually wanted to see one more thing. Hold on. Thought I saw, like, tower view or something. That's not the tower view. Because
Don't sink.
I was told there was a tower.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Oh, here we go. You can go from in here, actually. How about that? I guess we can do that from now on. That's nice. Either way, everybody who was here, who just tuned in, thank you everybody for being here. I really do enjoy doing this. Sorry for the break that I took, but I'll try to be more consistent in the future. And we'll see you guys all in probably next week. Actually, I don't know. It depends. We'll see where I am. We'll see how that goes for me. We'll see how everything goes. But until then,
Don't sink.
I'll see you guys all
Don't sink.
probably next time. Yeah. Wait, where is
Don't
it?
sink. Don't sink.
See ya.